had the we did the war council scene. We talked about the current scenario facing the continent of Talos on the eve of this grand invasion of the Empire of Voldemort. You know, they've conquered Eastern Ashmark. Main army is moving west. There's an Imperial army held up in the East Vale between Landcarfen and Nightstone Landing. There's some resistance in East Vale. We talked about the the situation in Temoria and Rusfar, where the king believes that the Dragonborn Emperor Valdrak Ironscale has levied his troops against him and has allied with the Empire to allow their troops to land at one of their saltwater ports in the south. They believe there's going to be there's potential for an Imperial army to march through the Mahuglamal Pass, threatening the southern edge of the kingdom. There's also a separate invasion force rumored to land in the Westerlands, a fleet of 100 longships and 2 separate raiding parties from islands off of the coast of Teluria. There's a threat of a vampire clan being reported on the northern peninsula by Lord Commander Duncan Tallheart, commanding the naval port of Andor. And I believe that's it. I might have left something out, but we covered it all in the last session. The Crown proposed a plan to empty out the dungeons and send 1,000 prisoners slated for execution to instead send them to defend the Mournhold and the Northern Passage as a bulwark on this suicide mission. This mission was proposed to be led by the disgraced Garrison Mournhold and the Mages the Mages Prison proposed fitting these prisoners with arcane compliance collars to ensure that they will be compliant and not just simply desert or go out into the countryside and start raping and murdering.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Got a little dark at the end there.
Yeah, well, you know, you don't just get capital punishment without doing some capitally bad deeds. Okay.
Alrighty.
So, I don't know what the plan is for you guys. Okay, so here's what I have. Savik agreed to work with the Archmage on the creation of tweaking of the arcane compliance collars, and had planned to meet with the Archdruid regarding information on the Ghost Lord. Gallandan to work with the Royal Adjudicator Society on preparing prisoners for service to defend the Northern Passage through filing of paperwork and so on and so forth. That's what I had in my notes.
I'm shooting paper arrows.
Okay. Do you also need to speak with the Royal Engineer?
Yeah.
He's in the room that you're in now.
Oh my God, hi.
He's right here. What is his name? Let me look. If you even want to know what his name is.
I know what his name is.
What is it?
Posted Goat Treasure.
Can you repeat that? Posted Goat Treasure?
Posted Goat Treasure.
I don't think that is his name, actually.
Well,
I
I gotta,
keep-
gotta get my eraser out.
I keep thinking of like Post Malone engineering names.
I don't know that, but
Until I figure out his name, he's just going to be known as the Royal Engineer, Architect. But he's this guy.
we'll call him PGT.
That works.
I'm gonna let him know.
His name could be ubiquitous for many things.
What does PGA stand for?
The Pro Golf Association or something.
Oh, association. Okay. Okay. Holy shit. Well, I'm gonna let him know that I'm totally not a bad influence on his son, even though he's old enough to make his own decisions. But if he wants, our dads can talk in the grocery store and sort things out. But the long and short of it is to, I don't know if I have to role play this or if I will, I have to do whatever parts necessary. You be the judge, but I was going to relay.
Yeah, it's however you want.
Yeah, the plans for this big moon tower and everything that might be of relevance and concern for doing so.
Let me go back here and look at this. I gotta find your list here. Unfortunately, there's been a lot of dumb shit shared between us here the last 2 weeks. I didn't say by you. Why don't you just give me your best pitch for your moon tower?
Best pitch.
Did you send this to me on Facebook?
I sent it to you and like the whole thing, you mean?
Yeah.
You mean like the thing I did? Oh,
Yeah.
I sent that to you on Messenger.
Yeah.
It was like a big long paragraph.
Yep. I'm the whole way back to July 12th.
Probably, and yeah, that sounds about right.
I got it.
And,
I got it here.
I guess that would be what I would be giving to him in paper as far as project planning and cost and estimations go.
All right, so you go up to Mr. PGT. And you'd be giving him effectively like blueprints, right? Like, right?
However they did it in, I guess, medieval times.
Well, I mean, surely they'd need blueprints of some sort. All right, so you're going to go up to him and give him your general specifications. He greets you. You know, he's a man that he appears to be in his late 20s with longer brown hair, and he wears a small set of spectacles on his face. And as you approach, he's got all these different papers tacked up on the board in front of him, and he's sketching something out he's got a sketchbook in his hand, and he's making sketches as you approach. So you approach him and you give him this these building plans for the dimensions and structures of your moon tower. And he starts looking these over and writing off specifications, and he says, I was told, His Majesty said that I should expect to meet with you. So he starts looking through the specs that you gave him, and he's raising his eyebrows a little bit as he's transcribing some notes down from what you gave him. So, he says height 300 feet, number of floors 15. He looks up you with alarm.
Isn't this the best thing you've ever heard of?
And he runs a hand through his hair.
Think about it. Think about how this is gonna. I know he's a royal engineer, right? So
yeah.
Think about your reputation after you complete this thing. It's gonna be higher than 15 stories. That I can tell you.
He rubs his hand through his hair and scratches his chin. He says, I'm not sure we have the stone for it. We'll have to import what we need. He says, let's see, first floor, a bank. He looks up at you. He says, I hope it has better security than the one across town.
Me too. Sorry.
It's all right.
You gotta yell at him.
I wasn't sure if you were actually yelling at the NPC. He flips between the pages and he said, second to the 10th floors, a mall?
Yeah, mall. It's the Elvis for lots of stores put together with a cop. A mall cop.
With a cop.
Private security.
He glances up at you and he says, I'm not sure the merchants in the trade quarter would go for that, but all right. Flips to the next couple pages. Oh, he stops and looks up at you. What's an escalator?
Savik, what's an escalator?
I'm gonna say okay, here what I'll do is I will go ahead and take out a piece of parchment paper and give a brief sketch of what an escalator is, and I'll go ahead and basically give like a 5-second blueprint of what an escalator is and how it works, and hand it over to the engineer.
Mr.
I thought you
PG.
were going to say, I'm going to go ahead and use Blade Song.
Mr. PGT will watch your demonstration, and he's scribbling notes furiously and mumbling to himself about how I'll check with the Artificers Guild. So he flips through the rest of your building plans here, and he gets to the part about the upper floors, the 11th to 15th floors. And he looks up at you and smiles a little bit. Adventurers headquarters, eh?
Well, yeah, I mean, that shouldn't be a problem. What level of Black King Barn School for Math and Reading did you get up to?
Yeah.
15th? Did you only get up to the 10th floor?
Well, considering this is the Royal Engineer, I would say that he probably graduated with top marks from Black King Barnes School of Engineering. Hell, we should just have Black King Barnes University somewhere in the countryside. All right, so he
KVU.
flips through your building.
BKU.
Yeah. So he flips through the rest of your packet here, and he starts tallying up some numbers. He says 15 stories is an immense height. He said, I was specifically told by His Majesty that this tower could not be taller than the Citadel itself. That said, I will endeavor to make this a reality, although you should know, Master Elf, that the cost will be immense. You'll need high-quality stone. And I presume you want some sort of luxurious finish on the inside.
Yeah, I mean, we're not gonna, say we're gonna go all the way and go half the way.
Very good.
It's gonna
Because
be the best tower ever. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be terrific. Everybody's gonna want to be here, and it's gonna be all thanks to me, but also partly you.
He
And
tells you that.
it's somewhere in there.
Yeah, His Grace is somewhere in there. He says that he will check with he'll check with the Stonecutters Guild and many of the dwarven masons that they have within the capital, as well as many of the own architects from his guild. He says a rough
Wait, really have to
estimation.
get the dwarves involved?
He says, "Good sir, I feel compelled to tell you that this city was built in help with the dwarves."
Oh. Oh man, I'm glad Brady isn't here tonight. I can speak freely.
He says that the price per floor is going to be an immense sum if you mean to outfit it all at once. He says accounting for tax, and I would place the cost at such a venture at around 50,000 gold coins per floor. An ambitious project, Master Elf, he says, looking up from his clipboard, his sketchbook. He says 15 floors times 50,000 gold. That should come out to about a kingly sum of 750,000 gold coins. The crown, I've been told, has agreed to offer you some sort of discount or compensation for services rendered. The Engineering Guild could undertake this project for around 600,000 gold coins. How do you mean to pay?
Yes. I'm gonna put it on credit. Ka-ching.
He holds up a finger. If you mean to apply for a line of credit, you need a good co-signer, someone of good moral standing and means within this kingdom.
I'm looking at him.
Oh,
He's actually looking at Bruce Wainwright.
Are you looking?
Get Bruce on the phone?
Are you looking at the engineer, or are you looking at Bruce Wainwright? 'Cause he's right here.
Hello, Bruce.
Oh, you're gonna call him by his first name.
We're in first name basis.
Oh, I'm sure he's gonna be shocked to hear that.
Oh, don't be so suburban.
Lord Wainwright stands and says, "It's Lord Wainwright to you."
It must be my elvenness is getting in the way again of the human customs.
He says,
I
"I will.
understand.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I understand you live short lives, and how am I supposed to keep track of everybody all the time? I do my best, so, and that's why I'm here, because I am the best.
Oh my God. All right. Well, Lord Wainwright's going to stand there with a puzzled, slightly annoyed look on his face and say, did you need something? Or did you just call on me to gloat?
How would you like Lord Wainwright? What did he do, by the way?
What's that?
I'm trying to. Didn't he used to have the old? Did he have the? Did he used to have the old bank?
Yeah, so the Bank of King's Garden
Okay.
that you
that's right.
robbed is his family's bank
Right.
that was
Right.
funded and financed, yes.
So this is what I'm going to say. This is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say, well, as someone of your lordly stature, I would know that your reputation is everything. And man, it really went on the line that day. Your bank got robbed. And I think this would be a perfect opportunity for you to make a comeback. And as you know, part of the tower is a bank. And I think we could do something here to win back your legacy and repair honor lost, promises broken, and shine you in a new light as a person that can take care of financial institutions without having them getting robbed. I'm not saying that. I'm just what I heard, but I think some kind of if you were to wish to be a party of interest in the construction of the moon tower, then maybe you could join the board of the moon bank. What do you think?
Do you want to roll for that or not? It's up to you. Would you like to roll?
Okay. I don't
Would you
care.
like to would you like to roll? If you would like to, you can. If not, I'll just have him answer.
Yeah. Okay. I love it. I'm gonna roll.
That was a pretty
Let me
good
just-
little speech there.
It's 100. Okay. Sorry, I just put dinner in the oven. Okay, I'm going to go roll now. I think my bonus is, what is my bonus? My character sheet's always out, all right?
Yep.
Just got to find it. There he is. And, okay. All right, I got my numbers here. Green one, dark. Okay, advanced roller, of course. And go.
Nice. 15's good.
All right. Let's see what that is. Oh, that what it is?
Yeah. Okay, so Lord Wainwright listens to your proposal intently, and then when you finish speaking, he waits a moment before answering. He says, an intriguing proposal. I would need more information before I just up and finance a project like this. He says, it is true. My family's bank was robbed and a small fortune made off with. A terrible business. May the gods bring the May the gods bring the perpetrators to justice. He says that if he were to finance such an endeavor, he would need a controlling interest in the ventures of the moon the moon tower.
Look, nobody knows more about banking than you. So, in order for the Moon Bank to be successful, that's why you're the person I'm talking to right now. But a controlling interest is, are we talking about some stock options here or what? Securities?
Well, as I would be financing the project, technically that tower would be mine. It's all messy types of legalese. Why don't you have your adjudicator meet with my own, and they can iron out the details? But color me intrigued, Lord Wainwright says.
Okay.
Then he's gonna point to the map of the city and call the royal engineer over and say, just out of curiosity, where would you build your tower? I'm gonna move to the city map. The king's royal engineer will. There is space in every district and quarter within the city. It just depends on where.
Oh, how about right next to this big ugly castle?
Can you ping the map?
I'm trying to. Where's the kind of most audacious place I could put it with and I'll get
Audacious?
away with it? Yeah,
Well,
just
everything-
a little bit.
Well, over here, west of the river is this is mostly residential. This is the trade quarter, noble district, temple district. Probably couldn't get away with building it in the temple district. I'll just say, the King's Garden. They're probably also not going to sell you land reserved for the public. And military quarter, you would need to be a veteran, which I guess you are. Not necessarily of this army, but Lord Wainwright glances at you from across the table and says that if you're not sure, it's okay. You have time to figure it out.
All right. Yeah, I'm not sure, honestly.
He tells you to give it some. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just thinking, I'm sure we could get permission on the public land here. Even though we probably can't, but I think that would be kind of fun to try to build it there.
Where? I didn't see you pinging. Sorry.
Oh, on the ping everyone.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, right
Did
here.
you see that?
Yeah.
I was
Okay.
like, I'm just trying to get it in there.
I'll make a little mark right there so don't forget. Well, Lord Wainwright tells you to give it some thought, and that he'll have his legal counsel to iron out the details of such a venture. He says, Lord Wainwright will ask you if you are you're from Ashmark, correct? One of the Ashmarked elves from the Ashwood.
Indeed.
I've been most interested in the ways and customs of your people. Perhaps you would be willing to. Perhaps you'd be willing to part with some elven artistry to sweeten our deal, some incentives.
artistry could you be after? I'll have you know that I am probably, although I am from Ashmark, I'm probably the least like an Ashmark, you know. But the kind of artistry queries your interest.
Well, Lord Bruce sort of waves his hand dismissively. He says, forgive me if I'm sensitive. He says, I'm aware of your people's isolationist stance, and they've always greatly interested me. I would love for a set of true elven chain for spelunking purposes. You know, I'm a big fan of cave diving.
Oh, okay.
Anything of that sort, you know, fine craft.
Well, I don't see any issue here.
What's that?
I guess I don't see any issue here.
He says, just take that under advisement for our next meeting. The price of doing business, if you will.
Okay.
All right, so they take all your information, and Lord Wainwright asks that you have your adjudicator, which would be like your lawyer in the city, meet with his to iron out the details on this project before it can begin. You know, before they can begin breaking ground. Or
Okay. Okay. Guess things are going along smoothly.
Did you have further
More or
business?
less. No, as long as everybody's done asking me questions, then I think we can get to work.
Okay. He tells you that you know, he'll be in touch and they'll follow up with more info. But you might want to go and meet with Twinkle Toes to have some discussion.
Winky. I heard he wears a funny hat.
He just may. I was gonna roleplay him as Goodman, the gnome. It's all good, man. All right. Do you guys have any further business with the War Council at present?
No, not at the moment.
I do not. Well, that's what it does.
What's that, Savik?
No, not at the moment.
Okay. Well, then the king will dismiss the council for the time being, and you know, instruct the lords gathered to continue their preparations. You should expect today is day 44. You should expect your reinforcements from Clan Broken Iron and the Anvil Breakers by day 52, given what you have learned at the War Council. So 8 days from now, you'll receive reinforcements at the capital as they march overland. All right, so I'm going to leave you guys on the city map. Savik, did you have any business you wanted to attend to?
Yeah, guess I need to meet with the Archmage about the collars, and as well as I guess setting up the ward for the bridge, and I also need to go back to the library to get some more spells.
All right, what would you like to do first?
Let's conduct the business with the Archmage first.
Okay. He's currently in the Citadel, as you are. If you want to return to his quarters and speak there, you can.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
That is fine. So you guys are going to go to the Arcane University, and we'll just stay on this map. So you guys leave the Citadel together, and he's accompanied with the Archdruid, and they're kind of lost in conversation as you move to join them. And they greet you warmly, and the Archmage says that Archdruid Brannock Silverleaf and he were about to return to the Arcane University to discuss the next stages of the defense of the realm, and they would be grateful for you to tag along.
Okay.
Did you guys make your way through the city? And I don't know if you're discussing much at all, or if you're just sort of, well, I guess you wouldn't need to walk. You could just teleport there. So that's what we'll have him do. You guys leave the Citadel, and once you get to the bridge, he opens a portal, and you guys,
we was wizards and shit.
Wizard bullshit. So okay, so you step through the portal, I presume.
Yes.
And then you end up at the Archmage's house. So you're there with the Archmage and the Archdruid and yourself. You guys are up here. What are you doing?
I'm going to ask him a couple of follow-up questions from the War Council. Mainly the first one being talking about the Arcane Shackle Collars in an attempt to thwart the potential deviation of the prisoners that would potentially be used for battle. And then I kind of want to follow that up with a little bit of asking him some more serious questions about, what happens if the Empire ends up using our own prisoners as souls to fill and fuel their constructs, their war constructs. Is there anything that we could do to prevent that from happening in creating or augmenting the collars in such way?
So the Archmage takes a seat in a recliner in his living room and strokes a hand through his beard, lost in thought. And he says, if our enemy utilizes the souls of their prisoners to power their iron legions, we would need to ensure that if our prisoner army is captured, that the soul of the creature is destroyed. I suppose we could rig the collars to detonate if they're captured, so that they cannot be stripped of their soul against their will if they're already dead. What say you of that? It's a bit crude and uncouth, but it would prevent our enemy from having 1,000 new soldiers in there, within their ranks, should the Mournhold fall once more.
Right. Is there any which way that we could, say, bind the soul to the collar as a way to sort of to keep it contained from leaving the body as such while they are wearing these collars?
And the Archmage considers your question, and he reaches down with his wand and lights a fire in the hearth, and pours a couple goblets of wine and levitates one over to you if you wish. The Archdruid takes one quite eagerly. He says, I suppose it would be possible with hemomancy or blood magic, but then that makes us very similar to our enemy, and one has to take care when using the dark magics, as you know.
Right.
But it could be done with a blood seal of sorts. We wouldn't need much blood at all from the prisoners. but it could be done to bind the soul to the collar itself. The result, I presume, would be the same, where the wearer would be killed upon being captured if they attempted to perform this ritual cast. It would be like splitting the soul into two parts, which cannot be. What do you suggest? The Archmage asks. Would you go with a blood seal or a simple spell to kill them if they are captured or found derelict of their duties?
I think, in either case or either way, we're going to have to tap into some magic that is prohibited. I think that's probably where we'll find our answers about this. I don't think there's going to be, if we are going to attempt to prevent their souls from being siphoned and put into their Warforged constructs, I think that it is inevitable that we'll have to tap into either dark arts, necromancy, or sangromancy in order to at least gain some type of understanding at how we might be able to outfit the collars in order to prevent them from essentially being soul siphoned into the constructs.
The Archmage listens to your explanation eagerly, and the Archdruid speaks first. He says, a sound proposal and well-reasoned, which the Archmage nods and says, I believe you are correct that to properly know our enemy and what we're up against, we may have to dabble in some of the dark magics. This is no small task for any first or second year wizard at this university. I would only entrust myself and yourself to handle this task personally, to see it to completion. If we need to dabble in the dark arts in order to fight this war and to win it, then so be it. And these are not exactly innocent men. They are men that are condemned to die for heinous crimes against this crown and the kingdom. So be it.
With that, I would like to request access to the closed off sections of the dark arts for the library to potentially come up with some further insight into all of this.
Archmage Cyrenius has his fingers steepled beneath his chin, and he just stares at you for a moment before slowly nodding. And he says, very well, you've served us honorably and well. Your knowledge of the weave is unmatched amongst any mortal that I've met on this plane.
Hold my weave.
Hold my weave.
I take off my wig.
Oh, no. Are you there
I
too?
have been wearing a wig this whole time, this whole game.
Are you there too?
Oh, I'm just hanging out.
That would be so funny. I'm gonna take off my. What color is your hair underneath your wig?
Krillin.
Oh my god. All right, so the Archmage will reach inside of his robe and produce a key on a necklace that he's wearing. And he takes the necklace off and he says, this key will allow you access to the restricted section of the library. He says, I take great trust and care in giving you this. He says, not even members of my own staff are permitted to research some of the topics there.
I shall protect the key with
I'll
my
take
life.
the key. Oh, sorry. Yes, him. He'll give the key.
He's gonna.
He gives it to me.
He opens his hand up with the palm facing the ceiling, and the key levitates over towards you, Savik. And as you take it, the Archmage cautions, do not lose yourself in the dark magics.
I would like to make a pickpocket check.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. If you want.
Okay, here I
Oh
go.
my God. Hold on. I got to look. It's contested, right? Yeah.
Sleight of,
It's a
sleight of
sleight
hand.
of hand. Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Advanced roller, please.
Are you being attentive, Savik? I'm sure you are.
Yeah. I just told the dude I
All right.
wasn't going to lose his key.
Well, I guess you can keep that promise.
What'd you get?
A 13.
13. Okay. So let's see. I would rule this sleight of hand versus the target's past perception, but if you're being attentive, you can make a perception check instead.
My passive perception is 14, so I'm going to just choose
All right.
to...
Then you're good. Yeah, that's fine.
I'm going to look
All right,
over...
So you feel Gallon. Yeah. Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna quickly put the key on person, and I'm going to as I catch Gallandan trying to nimbly and stealthily trying to pick the keys, I'm just gonna turn around and look right at him with really disappointed eyes.
Dude, he's trying to play some pocket pool with you.
And then I look to archmages and druids, and I see, he's gonna keep his words.
They say nothing, but they look at you with judging looks on their faces. like two old men just sitting there judging you.
Like a mom and a dad that are really disappointed in judging you because they think that you're a really bad influence on someone.
Yeah, and you better be prepared to defend your actions from 15 years ago.
I'm not gonna lead anybody down a dark path.
You fucking scrub. You bad friend. You bad hombres.
I know I'm a bad friend. I'll just stand in the corner.
Dude, you should hear Brett tell it though. But it's hilarious when Brett tells it. All right, so you've obtained access to the restricted part of the Arcane University Library with that key.
It's the library.
Library. What other business have you?
Oh, the other thing is that I wanted to ask the Archmage about if we were to go and set up a counteroffensive at the pass where the bridge is. I think that there was mentioning of setting up a ward on the bridge.
Indeed. The Archmage will nod. The Skull Gorge Bridge. His Majesty believes that the enemy will use that bridge in crossing into this kingdom from the Borderlands. Or rather, crossing into the Borderlands as they march towards this kingdom. Excuse me, I misspoke. He says the Shade Grand Master shares this belief, and it seems that the Imperial correspondence that you have recovered during your time in the Borderlands would suggest as much. If we can secure the bridge and destroy it, that should allot us some time in delaying this main body of the enemy's force. The question remains on how to destroy the bridge and how to do it safely. The gorge is treacherous. If were you to fall without the assistance of magical flight, you would surely die.
We'll use trolls.
The Archdruid perks up at that. Intriguing. Elfson, please Speak more on this plan to use trolls.
Great, I will. First, let me see your foot.
He grins at you in a very creepy way and says, okay. And he pulls up his green robe to reveal, like, probably one of the nastiest feet you've ever seen. Like, just imagine if a dude just never wore shoes a day in his life. Like, how nasty the bottom of your feet would be.
All right, I'm gonna look at his foot, and I'm gonna look at him, and I'm gonna say, "Nice arch, Druid."
You're banned. Get the fuck out. Get out. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. That was hilarious. Oh my God. Let me give you a quick aside. You remember, when we were in high school, I had to have that thing. I had surgery on my foot on the left side, and I was on crutches, right? In the winter. I don't know if you remember this or not. But I was on crutches, and when I went in for the consult with the foot doctor, I had a ganglion cyst on the top of my foot, right? So I go in for the consult, and they take like X-rays and pictures and all this, and like they're measuring your foot and all this. And my doctor was so my podiatrist, foot doctor, whatever, was so impressed by how high the arch was on my left foot. He literally went out into the other parts of the doctor's office, got the other doctors and had them come in and look at how high the arch was on my foot. And he kept having me get up and like stand on this platform. He's like, look at how high the arch is on his foot. And I was like, this is so weird. Like, this is like foot doctor porn. Like, like I'm like a slab of meat up here. Like,
Oh yeah, they'll do that to you. Watch out! It's like I have like veiny veins, and they're just like, oh man, I just want to put a needle.
yeah, they like that. Yeah, they like that. They like that about
Yeah, I
you.
know, it's weird. They are
That's funny.
weirdos, dude.
Dude, I mean, he was almost, yeah. Dude, he was almost autistically obsessed with the arch in my foot. Like, it was weird. It was a weird thing. It was a weird thing. But your nice arch druid joke was hilarious. That was that was fucking wow. So
Yeah.
I guess that's how you're planning to use trolls.
Yeah, just deflect.
What an
I feel like
absolute.
we could come up with a plan though to actually use trolls.
Well, I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad this isn't like just a meta joke.
Well, that's why I came here. Understood. I wanted to ask you, where did the trolls live? Now that I've seen how gnarly your foot is, you should know where the gnarly things live.
You're just asking him in general, where do trolls live?
Yeah, that's a druid question, right?
Sure. He says, oh, about these parts, it's difficult to say. He says, most trolls are often found in cold mountainous regions, but you could encounter them anywhere, to be honest. He says, within the bounds of the kingdom, I would say either a dense forest or somewhere subterranean. You could go to the Underdark, of course, but then you risk running into all sorts of other nasties.
Yeah. So,
He says, but any mountain range would have species of troll, of course. You do know that surely you know how to deal with a troll.
well, that's what we're talking about. Yeah.
Well, the archdruid, he's gonna prop his other foot up there by the fire, and you see him stretch his little toes out. And this little slight smile spreads across his face that he's, comfortable and warm. And he says, the better question is, how would you use the troll to bring down the bridge?
Well, I'll tell you that if you can answer, how am I supposed to keep up my edging streak when you keep bringing out more feet like that?
Oh, God damn it. Nah, he's gonna throw his rope over top of his feet, and he says, "Practice chastity, sir."
What am I, a paladin? Get out of here.
He looks at the archmage and he says, "This is exactly why I moved to the frontier. This is the exact kind of shit I've tried to get away from. I've been saying it for decades. People in this city are weird." I'm just kidding.
That's
He
the
probably
word of the day.
would say something like that. He probably would say something like that. Like, the archmage will hold up a hand, and he says, he goes back to you, Saving. He says, how would you destroy the bridge?
Well, you could use several ways. You could use some high-level abjuration magic via a ward or a glyph to explode the bridge, or at least damage the structures. You could also simply get some. You could easily transmute the rock to mud or to some other type of material as such, and just watch the bridge melt away.
Both are good. The archmage nods. I would approve of either strategy. The important thing is that the bridge is destroyed. Not merely disabled in a way that can be repaired, but destroyed, out of possibility of being used by our enemy. At least to move an army of that size. We want to force them to march overland. Destruction of the bridge by magical means is acceptable. Any means is acceptable. I would urge, though, speed over caution.
Okay.
You don't want to be caught unawares by the lead elements of their army. The archmage is going to pour himself another glass of wine, and
Well, we're drinking.
oh yeah, would you like one?
I want a job.
Sure. He pulls his wand out of his robe and at the bottle of wine. Another goblet appears and fills with a. Let's see. They would probably be drinking like a mulled wine of some sort. So it's like a dark red or a purplish colored wine. The goblet floats over to you and can be taken if you'd like.
I refuse. I don't want to be led down a dark path.
Oh my God. Didn't you say you wanted a glass of wine?
I'm going to tell the principal.
Oh,
This is a place of learning.
come on, man. Everybody's doing it. Come on, bro.
Peer pressure stops when you give in.
I thought you were cool, man. Come on, don't you want to fit in? Anyway, the glass of wine will hang in the air then until you figure out what you want to do. The Archmage himself pours himself another refill in his goblet and does the same for the Archdruid and settles back in to his chair, produces a long stem pipe and sparks it up. Takes a couple puffs off of it as he stares into the fire, and he sets the goblet aside and meets your gaze again, Savik, and he says, I believe the Archdruid would be most appreciative to hear of your encounters with this Ghost Lord.
We got about 10 or 15 minutes, probably, before I
Wait.
gotta eat dinner.
Yeah, we'll wrap up
Yeah.
between now and 10. We're just doing
You
next
said-
step stuff.
You said the Archmage said something about the Ghost Lord?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Did I cut out?
You must have.
Might
Well,
have to get a new mic here. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the Archdruid filled his goblet, and the goblet, the Archmage, shut up. Jesus, he refilled the wine, right? And then he produced his long stem pipe and sparked it and stared into the fire for a few moments before setting his goblet aside. And he looks up at you, Savik, from where he's seated, and he says, I believe the Archdruid would be most appreciative to hear about your encounter with this Ghost Lord in the Borderlands.
Okay. All right. So I'll say the Ghost Lord, as in the like the wyvern and the Night King and the Anubarak.
Yes, yes.
That Ghost Lord?
The story you regaled me with when we rendezvoused with you outside of Dune Kragadum. The appearance of the undead beetle that was chasing you, and then of course the reincarnation or reanimation of the undead hobgoblin commander and his green dragon mount, and of course the warning that you relayed to me. The Archdruid certainly would have some knowledge of this sort of druid craft.
Yeah. So I'll go ahead and say to him that I'm apparently in possession of some artifact. I don't know what artifact exactly. However, it is basically a wanted relic of some entity, and I believe the Thorn Wastes. And he is sending basically his henchmen around to retrieve his stolen artifacts from me, putting me in quite a predicament.
The Archdruid sits quietly and listens to your story. And this artifact, did they say what it was?
No, just they were extremely vague, saying that it was an artifact in my possession. I have no idea what exactly it is. However, I'm essentially being hunted down because of it.
And the being that hunts you is known as the Ghost Lord. They use those words specifically.
Ghost Lord.
The Archdruid suddenly stands. And he sort of lurches out of his chair and meanders across the room there to a map of the kingdom. He points to the Ash Mountains. He says the Thorn Wastes are a stretch of territory here just at the edge of the Ash Mountains, not far from where you were. He points to the northeastern edge of the mountains there that jut up against the bay. He says it was once a pristine little valley. However, everything in the surround is, well, I've received word that there's some sort of strange die-off of plant matter and organic material in that region, as if the land itself is leaching the life around it. I believe that is where you will find this Ghost Lord. As to the relic they're hunting, it is difficult to say. The Ghost Lord himself has always been a rumor, conjecture, whispers amongst my kinsmen. Rumor of a druid so ancient he sought to defy death himself. I believe the term that your superior would use is a lich.
Oh, man. So that reminds me, I'm going to look at the Archdruid and I'm going to look up to him and be like, that reminds me of a story I once heard. Have you ever heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
I haven't heard that in ages.
Not from a Jedi. No, I'm just kidding.
It's a good thing that I'm the opposite of one of those.
That's right. Oh. Well, yeah, so the Archdruid will tell you that, the Ghost Lord is a being that is rumored to be so ancient, one of the first druids that they were so reluctant to descend to take the next step to die that they instead chose to descend into undeath. And it's just a rumor, of course, but the term that would be most closely associated with this creature as they are now would be a lich, druid lich. And then the Archmage will speak. If this Ghost Lord is a lich, you must be in possession of its phylactery.
Oh, boy.
What have you come into possession of during your journey that would cause him to seek you out with such fervent need? And my secondary question, perhaps more introspectively, is this Ghost Lord hostile, as we would think of him? Or do they merely seek the return of their phylactery?
As far as I know, it seems as though that they are quite hostile. Just in the brief encounter at Dune Cragadum, they were his risen henchmen seemed to draw to me as if though I had a magnet.
And the Archmage sits up straight in his chair and taps the ashes of his pipe out. And he says, "Say that again."
They were drawn to me as though I had a magnet or was a magnet.
His eyes grow wide, and he seems as though he's looking behind you. And he says, "Have you emptied your pack since then?"
No, I have not.
Well, if it's all the same to you, let's have a look. Perhaps you have the item on you, which is why they were drawn to you.
All right.
That is, of course, the only explanation I can think of if they were drawn to you as strongly as you say. if the goal was to arrive just to cause chaos and destruction, surely his undead minions could have charged through the ranks of the dwarves or your own other companions, would they not?
Dude, that's the hardest drug.
Dude, I'll have you know when I quit WoW, before I quit WoW, I had quit playing Hunter and Paladin and started raiding with Resto Shaman. Because Resto Shaman is so great and also so easy. Like
It's pretty chill.
dude, I kept getting like stupid amounts of heals, and I was like, I'm barely paying attention. Like healing totem, AOE, fucking chain heal, you know.
You just spam AoE all the time.
Yep.
Don't put up with that single target shit. Then you have to pay attention to what you're doing.
Dude, that was after they added the raid finder, so like I could just get a group, like so I could get groups. If I wanted to, I could raid literally the whole.
Dang it. I gotta hop off here.
All right, buddy.
I gotta get dinner and probably watch some K-drama.
Cool. Well,
Watching
Consider-
a good one right now. But
what are you watching now?
there's one called Crash Landing on You.
Hey, have you seen the show Kingdom? It's on Netflix.
No.
It is a K-drama. Okay, I'm gonna sell you on it right now. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay, it's during the medieval period of Korea, right? So medieval Korea, right? Okay.
All right.
Medieval Korea zombie apocalypse.
Okay.
Hey, dude, listen to me. I swear to you, it's awesome. It's awesome. There's like
All right.
2 or 3 seasons and a movie. So it's really good. It's really well done.
I'll
So
keep it in mind. All right, I'm gonna hop off. I'll remember that.
later, buddy.
Hey, guys.
Hey, hope you had a good time. Thanks for coming.
See you, man.
Sure did. Yep.
Dude, that was like one of the most perfect long form jokes I've ever heard. We use trolls. Well, how are you gonna do that? Stick your foot out. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was just I was genuinely like, how would you use trolls to bring down the bridge? Like all right, so they have established that they believe the Ghost Lord is ancient druid, one of the first druids, a lich, and that they believe that you must have the lich's phylactery on you in your possession.
Druid lich.
What's that?
Ancient druid lich.
Yeah.
Ain't that a son of a
Yo.
bitch?
Yee. Did you want to do anything else with this, or did you want to stop here?
I'm good to stop here. Basically,
Okay.
all
I also think it's a good stopping place. Yeah.
yeah, because it seems like the next time we'll be picking up, sorting through the bags and stuff like that of
Yeah.
trying to figure out what the phylactery is, and then I guess heading to the library again.
Yeah. We'll start with the library, and just got to consider when you decide to leave the city again, where you're going to go to try and make a dent in this invasion that's incurring.
Yeah,
So-
I guess we'll start. I guess we'll start with the bridge.
Okay. That sounds good. You'll be able to magically teleport most of these places because they are within the kingdom, so something to consider. But yeah, cool. We'll pause it here for next week. I hope it was fun. Did you have a good
Oh, yeah.
time? I know we only played for about an hour and 15 minutes, but
No, dude,
You know.
that's fine, man. We had a good
well,
we had a good opening.
yeah, I agree. I bought my Ren Fair ticket for next Saturday.
All right, man.
You know how to do it, right? You go in.
Yeah, you put the code
and
in,
it's
you
like
log in,
there's-
put the code in,
put the-
get the ticket.
yeah.
Sounds
Yeah,
good,
put
man.
the code in, and then first ticket is free. You know, you get one free ticket for every fair day. You can purchase more if you want. But yeah, I put my code in, and then I went ahead and I looked at the 10-day forecast. Now, who knows what it'll be, you know, in 8 or 9 days here. But right now, it's only giving me to Friday the 16th for Mount Hope, PA. It'll be 73 degrees with a 30% chance of rain, which seems like it's just going to be awesome weather.
Yeah.
So, but I'd probably do the ticket thing sooner rather than later. I
Yep.
mean, I don't think they're going to sell out, but you never know. So,
Yeah, man. That's pretty
yeah,
exciting.
73 is going to be nice. It's crazy that the Ren Fair is already next weekend.
I know, dude. That totally blows my mind.
It's crazy. The fucking year has gone by so quick, dude. Like it's, I
Yeah.
don't know. I mean, but yeah, so I got my ticket. So, and I just did for Saturday for now. If we decide to go on Sunday, you know, awesome. But
All right.
I just did for Saturday. And, you know, if you want to do Sunday, we can too, but we can talk about that on Friday. But yeah, 73. And I think that's going to be pretty awesome, you know. I should have my
Absolutely.
Wax Ranger cloak here in a week or two.
Nice.
Do you have any suggestions for like, because I'm sure it comes like all folded up. How do you get like the creases out of it? Like, do you just
Oh,
place
well,
something
it's-
heavy on it for a couple
No,
days?
you don't
or-
even have to, because it's made in such a material that all you really have to do is just take it out of the bag basically and then just let it do its thing
Hang
for a
up.
little. Yeah, hang it up for a little
Okay.
bit, and yeah, it'll be good.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, hopefully we don't need it for, but I'm at least going to be throwing it in the car every time we go, you know? So, but yeah, man, I mean, fucking crazy though that, you know, it's already, we're going to be going to the Ren Fair again, you know, as soon as next week. So, my friend Brian and his girlfriend Lauren are going to be there on Saturday. So I told them that we could meet up with them for a beer.
Okay.
And, you know, they're actually pretty cool. Unlike the other two people that we met that time last year. They're actually, Lauren and Brian are actually cool. Yeah. So they were like, Lauren was like, yeah, we're going on Saturday and Sunday too. And I said, that's cool. And she said, you dress up. I said, we always dress up. I was like, I think this is fucking scrub hour. Like, you know, dude, I tried on all my stuff. You know, the fit test is good.
Nice.
Fit test is good. So I'm sure I'll still buy stuff at the fair. You know, honestly, after being at the Maryland garbage sale, I am, dude, I'm fine with supporting the local fair vendors. Like,
Yeah.
okay, it might be 10 to $30 more expensive, but it supports the fair and the artisans that are there, you know. So I'm fine with that.
Yep.
The real theme of the fair is how we're going to take over all guilds.
Yeah.
Start at the Thieves Guild, and then once we have the Thieves Guild in our pocket, then we can just take over everything.
Yep.
I know a guy. I know a guy. Have you ever seen that show, Kingdom?
No, I haven't seen it.
Well, we can check it out this weekend if you like. It's really, really quite good. Let me see. I keep hoping they're going to make another season, but who knows? It came out in first season came out in 2019, and then they did the other season and the movie. I don't know if this trailer's any good, but let me see. Yeah, check that out. And The Drinker just had a video about this show. I had already seen this show.
Oh,
But
okay.
he put it out on his Drinker Recommends series.
Okay.
And he was like, just talking about how it's a great series. So you have to check it out. And
All right.
not that many episodes or anything. But, Korea knows how to do zombie stuff.
All right, man. Well,
All right, brother. Well, see you on Friday.
yeah, sounds good, man.
I'm not contagious or anything anymore, so no worries. And I've been deep cleaning the house. So
All right.
just
Sounds
throwing
good,
it
man.
out there. If you got any trepidation or anything, like no need to worry. So, but last Friday would have been absolutely impossible. So
Yeah.
still a good time, but yeah, man. I will. I'll see you then, and thanks for coming to the game tonight. I'm glad.
Yeah, dude.
glad we got to play for a little
Thanks
bit.
for
So,
DMing. I'm glad you're feeling a bit better. You sound like your old
Thank you,
self,
brother.
so that's great.
yeah, dude, man, that shit was nasty. But I'll be ready to have some fucking drinks at the Ren Fair next weekend.
Dude, that's insane.
I'm extra thirsty this year.
All right, man.
It is insane. All right, brother. I'll see you Friday.
Yep. See you then.
Later, man.
Bye.
Bye.